Oh, no, shoot. Ugh, God. Gross. TX2 just got announced as part of the lineup for Warped Tour, and as always, I have some thoughts. But before we get into it, if you haven't watched any of our videos before, hi, I'm Nate. I play guitar and sing in a band called Casper Flip, based out of Paris, Texas. And on this channel, I do road vlogs, concert videos, and other mostly punk-related music content. If you have watched videos of ours before, thank you for coming back. Also, here's some trigger warnings before we get into the nitty-gritty, because this guy is a piece of work, to say the least. With that out of the way, let's talk about this. If you follow us on TikTok, you may remember that about a year ago, I posted a rant video directed to TX2. I tagged Evan, their lead singer, and everything. Everyone who's already deep in the scene knows he's a culture vulture, a plagiarist who's only in it for the money and the clout. He originally gained notoriety when this TikTok video went viral. I'm a 5'4" man whore. And most people were quick to call him out on how cringe his videos were, including me. Now, I'm genuinely into all kinds of music. I'm into reggae, 90s boy bands, goth, industrial, pre-9/11 country. What can I say? I love me some achy breaky heart, bro. Oh. Never mind. Scratch that one. Anyways, my point is, I love punk music, and I have a soft spot for pop punk, especially the TRL era bands like Newfound Glory, Blink, and more modern bands like State Champs and The Story So Far. So you would think that TX2 would be right up my alley as far as vibes and music goes. And I'll admit, at first it was cringe. But I have to admit, it was hella catchy. Then I kept getting videos featuring his goth dommy mommy bit, where he insists in other videos that he's making fun of the people who genuinely do the goth dommy mommy thing and bark at goth people. But the way he conveys it is poor, and so it just looks like he's fetishizing goth women, but I digress. Then he put out a song that sounded familiar, and then another one, and then another. My mentality was, okay, you post rage bait for interactions, you're cringe as hell, and you don't take accountability for anything you've been called out on. But hey, you're getting that bag, and that's all that matters for you. I was very neutral and somewhat supportive of TX2. I know how bad it sounds. Then he did something that was just fucking stupid. He posted this video.
Okay, here it is. The breakdown that got us canceled.
Also, if I need to hear TX2 talk about goth dommy mommies one more time, I'll shoot myself. Do it!
Now, if you didn't catch that, which it would be hard not to, he sampled someone's audio. The audio comes from this creator's video where they criticize Evan for being all style, no substance. Check it out.
To MGK and Yeah, I'm Caroline try so fucking hard to be part of the emo genre and fail every single time, while Kyle Gordon took one hit and fucking swung across the fucking park, dude.
And basically, Evan took this personally and made this song in response to it. This was the last proverbial straw for me. As someone who preaches, oh, TX2 is a safe space for anyone who feels like an outcast, Evan lost all credibility, especially in the scene when he told this person to off themselves in a song for millions of people to hear. The release of this song and this video re-sparked the online debate of whether or not TX2 was a poser, and he had this to say about the backlash.
Hey everyone, Editing Nate here. As much as I've gone through his TikTok, it seems like he's deleted the video. I've looked on YouTube and on his TikTok, and I can't find the video anywhere. So the gist of the video is he's in his car and he says, when I was younger, I had this picture in my mind of the scene being accepting of all the freaks and the outcasts, etc., etc., etc. And he basically ends the video by emotionally manipulating his audience into sympathy by saying, if I offed myself on stream, you would all still call me a poser, so I'm not gonna change. Which is like, the gist of the message is good, but the way that he went about it, you know, looking into the camera with tears in his eyes, etc., 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 was bad and emotionally manipulative and disingenuous. So that's what's supposed to be here, but is not here, because I'm like 98% sure he deleted the video.
Now, what Evan doesn't seem to grasp about the situation is that, yes, the alternative scene is for everyone who feels like an outcast, but when you tell someone to off themselves in a song, you lose any and all scene credibility, because emo, metal, punk, alternative, goth, all of those scenes and aesthetics and music, all of that has a stigma that is still attached to it around self-harm, suicide, and depression. And so when you tell someone to off themselves in a song for millions of really impressionable teenagers to hear, that doesn't look good on you. It makes you look like you are exploiting someone for clout, and it makes you look like you are glorifying suicide and self-harm. And full disclosure, he does self-identify as an emo, punk, and metal artist. And I swear, I'm not hating just to be a hater. I have a serious issue with the fact that he promotes a safe space as an artist and then tells someone to kill themselves in a song because he can't take criticism. Now, I can't confirm or deny what I'm about to say because, try as I might, I couldn't find anything on it, but it seems like he was born into money and privilege. I say that because as someone who was born and raised in small-town Texas, this guy looks like he would have called me slurs for wearing a Green Day shirt to school. And if you take a look at what he wears in his videos, he looks like he went on Shein or Amazon, looked up emo alt clothes, and bought them all out. If you go back far enough in his post history on Instagram and far back enough in his discography on Spotify, you'll find out that he was a failed SoundCloud rapper, basically. According to his bio, he dropped out of the University of Miami to pursue hip-hop. Anyways, a year or so ago, he was signed to Hopeless Records, who have really been living up to their name recently. And as a result of this, TX2 has been getting pushed even harder by the record label, which leads us to today. TX2 was announced as part of the lineup for Warped Tour 2025. Now, given Warped Tour's history of issues, you would think that Kevin Lyman would have learned his lesson, read the writing on the wall, and listened to the seasoned vets of the scene and not give this motherfucker a platform to possibly harm more impressionable young emos and blossoming punks. But I guess not. So, I'm calling it now. In like 10 years' time, roughly, Evan Thomas of TX2 may or may not have some allegations against him come forward. In short, I think Evan Thomas is a culture vulture of the worst kind who has helped garner a new subgenre of influencer core who queerbaits, ragebaits, and cannot take accountability for his actions or take any sort of criticism. And any platform that he has right now should be stripped away. A person like that should not have any sort of position of power. But personally, that's just my opinion. Please let me know how you feel about Evan down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, share it with friends. Also, if you'd like to support Casper Flip directly, you can go to www.casperflip-band.bandcamp.com. There we have t-shirts, CDs, and we will have more stuff soon. Our music is also available on every streaming service that's available. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.
Justice for all.